All right, what is going on, you guys? My name is Bubba, and welcome back to another insane story. So this story takes place back when I was 17 years old. I was still in high school, being annoying and being the same person as usual. I know, kind of weird for me to say, but at the same time, I did get a lot of the devil's tango. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys would not know this, but hey, what can I say? I'm just a lady slayer. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember basically one day I ended up going inside my classroom and everyone was talking about this one app that everyone loves and cares about, and that's TikTok. So if you guys don't know, I do TikTok. A lot of people on this channel know this. I have over like 2 million followers on TikTok, and I love each and every single one of you guys. But the one thing I'm gonna say is that if you want to have a TikTok like career, unless you're popping numbers like Charlie D'Amelio after like, you know, flaking what, 3 different boyfriends and still being weird to this day, you're not doing much for yourself. But I remember one time when TikTok was getting really popular back in my high school, there was one girl in our class who was the most weirdest girl on the planet. She literally loved TikTok. Like, I'm not joking when I say this. The amount of time she was dancing in our class, just filming a TikTok, it was the most cringiest thing, but she would do it every single day, to the point where she literally had like over 100 drafts of just her doing TikToks in our classroom. And no, it wasn't anything entertaining like an interview or anything. They were all straight up the same thing over and over. Her doing a simple dance that Charlie D'Amelio posted a day before. I don't understand why this was getting so popular, and I don't know why she kept doing it in our classroom. But I remember one day even, and this was I think the most cringiest thing that made our entire class almost hate this girl. She literally decided to, in the middle of a class test, stand up and do like the renegade when we were all doing a test and sitting down doing our work. All we hear in the background coming out of her phone was renegade, renegade. And you just see her hands like doing this like weird movements. Like, I'm not gonna lie, every time I see a kid do like a TikTok dance, I think they're having a seizure. Like, it was seriously concerning, and it got to the point where my teacher was annoyed, and every day she would always end up getting her phone taken away right in the beginning of class so that she wouldn't go on and do TikToks. I mean, fair enough. I'm not gonna lie. As a cringy TikToker myself, like, I understand wanting to blow up and, you know, become famous and stuff. But I'm telling you right now, if you're in school and you have those weird girls that like do TikTok together as a squad and stuff, you gotta admit, it's the most cringiest thing on the planet. And I don't care if even you're that person, stop doing it. People go to school to learn, not to do the renegade or to do any TikTok dance. And I don't care how many girls out there think, oh my God, like I'm trying to become like followers and get famous. Or you have those typical excuse that every girl makes where it's like, oh, like, you know, like I just like dancing. Like, be quiet, bro. In the middle of public, I bet before TikTok, you wouldn't even dare to dance in public unless you were actually a dancer. Anyway, sorry for my little rant there. It's just, it gets seriously annoying when I keep hearing about these dumb kids doing these dumb dance movements. Like, it makes me triggered, and I don't get triggered that easily. Anyways, after months and months of her doing the same thing over and over again, doing TikToks in her class, I remember one day she came to the classroom excited. She was freaking out, and she literally looked at everyone saying, guys, I'm literally TikTok famous. And I remember all of us in the class started looking at her and we're like, what? Because we literally had no idea what she was talking about. And then afterwards, I remember she ended up going in front of the class and we all had to like give an update of what we were doing with our lives. I don't know, our teacher did this so we get to know each other more. Kind of cringe, but it is what it is. And I remember she stood up in front of the class and said, so literally like this weekend, I literally blew up on the internet. Like, I'm not even joking. I got like over like 100,000 followers on my TikTok, and like I literally blew up. I remember everyone in the classroom just kind of had their jaw dropping because 100,000 followers is a lot of people. And then I remember I basically went on my phone, searched her up on TikTok, and she was right. At this moment, she had 115,000 followers, and she just kept getting followers as I kept refreshing. I have no idea how she blew up. So I remember when I went down to her videos and I checked out one of her videos, it was literally her in a bikini doing jumping jacks. Yeah, I don't know what TikTok's dance this was, but literally it was just her doing jumping jacks in a bikini. Warning, this girl was in high school. So if anyone's asking, oh my God, like what's her at? I'm not gonna tell you because that's creepy. But no, to this day, I remember I was really weirded out and I just didn't understand how she blew up because of her doing this. And I remember a lot of girls in our classroom actually started to dislike her after seeing what video blew up on her page, because she had like one video with over like 2 million views of just her doing jumping jacks gain a lot of followers. Like, I don't know, every girl in our classroom was straight up like being snarky with her and saying like, oh my God, like you only blew up because you have big cherries. Like no one actually cares about you. Oh my God, you think you're famous, but in reality, like you didn't do anything with your life. And basically she started getting bullied, which I mean, fair enough. I'm not gonna lie. If I went back to school with my videos, I would probably get bullied as well. Like I wouldn't be able to pull any chicks if I did this back in high school. Anyways, going on with the story, I remember after gaining 100,000 followers, she blew up another video again of her doing the same thing, and she ended up getting to 200,000 followers. And at this point, everyone in our classroom started kind of liking her more, but at the same time not dissing her. Like for example, when she would like take out her phone and start doing a TikTok, she would complain and make an excuse that, oh my God, guys, like I'm literally doing my job, like leave me alone. And she would start pulling some dance moves. It was super weird because the only videos that would actually blow up on her page was literally the ones with her doing jumping jacks in a bikini when she was back at home by her pool. But it was super funny because I remember one day in the middle of class, when she pulled out the excuse that she was doing her job, everyone was wondering the same question. How much money did she really make off doing these silly TikToks? People thought that she was making like more than $100,000 a day just because she had over 100,000 followers, which by the way, as a creator, I'm going to say this right now, us creators, we don't actually make that much. Like, if you guys think like we're just rich and famous, we're maybe famous, but we're not rich, okay? Like, there's a lot of us out there that aren't rich. Like, not all of us are Mr. Beast level, okay? Anyways, going on with the story, I remember one day she went in front of the class and she started explaining her job to everyone because everyone just had that in their mind. And even my teacher was curious of how much money she make. And she literally just said to us all, oh my goodness, like, my manager told me I'm not allowed to tell you guys how much I make, but I'm just going to say this right now. I don't think I'm going to be in school any longer. I remember when she said that, all of us kind of looked at her saying, wait, so you're not going to graduate next year? Because we were 17. We were supposed to literally graduate the next year. But for some reason, she was telling everyone in the school that she was actually dropping out of high school, which by the way was the most dumbest thing ever. Like, me knowing this now as a creator and as a person with like over like 1 million followers, I can easily say that having 1 million followers on TikTok even is not enough to get you out of school. But I remember basically everyone was just having that serious question of, why is she dropping out? Like, are you serious? You're dropping out of school? And then I remember one day I decided to walk up to her and ask her some questions, because if you guys didn't know, back in high school, I still loved the idea of becoming a content creator. So I went up and asked her saying, hey, like, I'm planning on maybe like one day making a YouTube channel and just, you know, doing some cool content. I was just curious, like, make enough to like make a living off it basically. Like, you know, like if you want to like move out and do everything, could you just do it from just making videos? And then I remember she told me, honestly, like, Bubba, I don't think you understand anything about content. I mean, you can try becoming a content creator, but I doubt you're gonna blow up or anything. But one thing I can definitely tell you is that it takes a lot of work. And like on top of that, like, you know how hard it is to like dress into like really good clothing that people like to wear? Like, from what you're wearing right now, I don't think you're gonna blow up. But honestly, from how much I really make, like I said to the class, I can't disclose that information. But all I can say is, like, I don't know, I make more than like $5,000 a month. Huh? Is what I said. $5,000 a month. Don't get me wrong, that's over minimum wage, but for a girl that only has 2,500 followers from TikTok, I don't believe this was true. I didn't believe it at all, to be honest. But then she kept going on with the thing, and I want to say 2 weeks later, she actually ended up dropping out of school. Now, all of us knew she dropped out because, you know, she never showed up to class anymore. And we just kept seeing on her page every day at lunchtime as we were all still in the classroom sometimes. We all saw that she was just kept posting and posting, and she went from posting 1 TikTok a day to posting like 5. And it was all the same thing. I swear this girl lived beside her pool and just kept wearing the same bikini and doing jumping jacks. Don't get me wrong, she kept getting views and she got up to 500,000 followers at this point. But one thing I'll say is that I want to say a year later, after like, you know, the whole year of graduation and everything, I remember she ended up coming back to school. Except she came back to school with everyone laughing at her and making fun of her. The reason she got banned was apparently that her page was taken down for Devil's Tango promoting, and apparently she's decided to start up an OnlyFans in the middle of it, and they found out that she was underage and she ended up getting banned. Yeah, kind of not a good idea. Like, don't get me wrong, girls out there that want to use their body for content and stuff, you can do what you want. It's your body, but at the same time, it always has a risk. Anyways, I remember basically one day her parents were dropping her off at school, and I remember one day when she came into the school being all sad after her parents dropped her off, I walked up to her and said, hey, like, you know, how's like work and stuff? And she looked at me kind of like all sad, and she's like, I don't have social media. Like, I don't really use social media anymore. It's kind of like off topic anyway. And I remember I looked at her, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you were all about it literally like not even like a couple months ago. And then she said, oh yeah, like I kind of just stopped. I decided to like retire from it, I guess. And then yeah, apparently none of that was true. Apparently she just wasn't allowed social media because her parents restricted her from it ever since they found out she made an OnlyFans. And yeah, it was just not a good time for her. But all I'm gonna say is, out there to all the people wanting to be YouTubers and content creators and, you know, become like the next Mr. Beast or whatever, it's a lot of work. And don't think we're all just rich and famous just because we make videos. Like, sometimes we just do it for fun, like me. Anyways, guys, that's basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, follow for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.